What they do, what they do, what they do. Welcome back to Hospitality Queens with your favorite two hospitality gurus. I'm Erin,
What up? It's Whitney.
and welcome back for another episode. Thank you again for joining. And if you haven't already, stop right now and go subscribe on YouTube so you can see our beautiful faces while we talk to you today.
Period. Are we starting with the shot?
Yeah, so if you guys have been listening to the show for the month of July, it was um Double Fist month, and this is the last day in July. You will hear this on the 1st of August, but why not start off with the bang, okay? Period. So grab yourself a drink, get ready for some good laughs. I have a couple of different shot options. I was reunited with a shot I used to do back in the day, and it has been a very good rekindle, and it is a Goldslogger.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a little mini Goldslogger, y'all. It just feels so good to have this because this reminded me when I was in my 20s, and it just reminded me when I was bartending in my 20s. I really just didn't care. It was just a very fun time. So
Mm-hmm.
I have that, or I have this whiskey that I did a demo for. So it could go either way. That's how I'm turning up on the last day of July. This is a Blue Note Juke Joint whiskey made in Memphis, Tennessee. I did a tasting for them over the weekend, and it is the bomb. I've been drinking this with lemonade. Honey, it's hidden. Okay. Get you one of these with some lemonade, honey. Even if you don't like whiskey, you're gonna love it. Like it's a bop. So should I do whiskey or Goldslogger? Because I already saw you poured up tequila.
I don't know. Whatever you feel in your soul.
Whitney is mortified right now.
Whatever you feel in your
She's
soul,
like,
shot.
"What is this that you're
Choose a gold star.
sipping?"
If that's what you
I'm
feel in your soul.
going. I'm
If
going.
you're
I'm
excited,
going gold. Y'all, I'm excited for my rekindle because it does mean a lot when you bring that old thing back, but it's not that old thing that didn't do you right. Goes like it did me right. You feel me?
okay. I don't like that at all. Whatever you say, shawty.
Let's bring that old thing back. All right, so we're gonna start off with a shot. Bringing that old thing back. I got me a little mini lemonade here on the side just because I wasn't sure what shot I was gonna do. There's a little mini mason jar. And okay. Cheers. Hope you guys have an amazing week.
Cheers.
Yes, it's so good. You don't even need a chaser. I put it in the freezer. It's giving phenomenal. It's giving phenomenal. The rekindle is kindling, honey. I even got a pink one. They have a pink Goldslugger now. I ain't tried it yet, but it was pink, so I feel like I need to keep it for decor. When you come here, just so you know, because you're making a face, we're doing liquid cocaine shots for my birthday.
All right.
She's like, why is this happening to me? And that is a cocktail, you guys. So calm down.
I feel like I'm not really like um I kind of feel like I'm kind of down for whatever.
Oh.
If we do remember, Corral said that thing on our show, and she said if you do these things, it'll be like you did cocaine, and I did it. So, do you not remember when she was asking me to be her bridesmaid?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, wait, where are we going?
So it's not
Oh,
really
yeah,
like
yeah,
much
yeah.
things that I'm not going to do. Although, like, I'm not trying to
Yes.
say I'd just be doing that, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, no, no, I know what you
especially
mean.
if it's a drink, I don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
But in honor of that, since everyone's going to be watching this on August 1st, this is kind of like a one of those like what's the word cliche things. However, just something about this month that it just I've been excited for. Um, because my manifestations are manifesting and I want that to happen for everybody. But the month of August is going to be one of the best months of your life. And I receive because it's already starting today. And I love that for me. And I want that for everyone as well.
I love that. I love that. Cheers, cheers to that. I'll piggyback on that. It is a new month, but it's also like a really good season. So, if you ask for it, you can have it. Like that's your tip. If you ask for it, you can have it, and just grow the kahunas to say, you know what, this is what I want. And also just be okay with like I think sometimes like giving people a little backstory maybe why you want that. I find that that's been helping me to start asking for stuff because I'm not a good asker. Sometimes it's just I feel like people should just be they should just know what to do. But that don't be what it be. But sometimes you be like you can provide a little bit of context if you feel that it's given an awkward situation when you're asking for something.
Um,
Boom. You don't
I
have
agree. I'm not a big asker either. I feel like people should just know. But at the same time, they're not mind readers. But I feel like they should know because you should know me. But
period.
because I'm in the season of asking because I want it, so I'm gonna ask for it.
Mm-hmm. Ask for it,
There's
honey.
something else
That's
that I
right.
saw. It said, of course, I get myself whatever I want. I love her. And sometimes maybe getting it for yourself may mean asking someone to get it for you.
Right, right, right.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. And it
Absolutely.
really like sometimes I surprise myself, sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, let me just ask and see. And I be getting it. So I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
it just be working out. So yeah, the context, like I'll have a cute little story of why I really want it, why
Yeah.
this brand or why this thing is important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hand over the card, put the card in, cash app, cash.
Yeah.
I accept all things. Yeah.
Yeah. And be okay with like what you want to accept and what you don't. Like that's the season. Like Leo season is giving fiery, but it's giving ballsy. It's giving confidence. I actually have these really cool candles that I got from this magic store. What's her name? It's called Magic to Make. And there's like
Mm-hmm.
all types of little candles with crystals in there. And one of them that I said I was going to do for this month is confidence. I have confidence in a lot of things, but I think there's definitely some room for growth, especially in some of the new roles that I've taken on, things in that nature. Just really tapping into that. Like, you got it, but sometimes you need that extra in there. You got this. If you want it, it's yours.
Yours. Period.
Period.
Ooh, is that the name of the of the show? If you want it, it's yours.
Yeah, if you want it, it's yours. We're going in the month with a bang. If we can double fist and still be here today with y'all, we can do it all. We can do it all. A couple of people I've met over the times, I always tell them how this show is very inspiring, and we just like to uplift you guys as much as we like to have fun and tell you all about the hospitality industry. We love to encourage you to be the best version of yourself. If that's one thing the queen's gonna do, honey, because we got your back when it comes to the self growth. Okay, we here for you. It's team elevation up in here. Okay,
It's
period.
just, this it is the elevation of so many things. I've been like, as we talked about last week, just not really being on socials like that. And since I haven't really been on Snap, I have like all these memories that I haven't been looking
Oh,
at. So it's screaming at me because it's like you haven't been on Snapchat, so like notification, this year,
mm-hmm.
years ago, and all this stuff. But I was at work and I think we were talking about Jonah, and this girl was like, "You don't even look like there's a Jonah in there." And I said, "Let me show you." About 4 days
Oh,
postpartum, and you still like, but it's
yeah,
just the growth of like where you were after having your baby, your body, you still look like you're pregnant. You in the over time, your body goes through all the changes and
yeah,
the society of like you need to look this way. And I remember my mom used to make me so mad. She would like try to pressure me to wear a waist trainer after I had my son because that's like a whole thing snap back like da 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 da. But I just didn't want it. Like I feel like we have this idea of what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it, but having something tight on my body was actually traumatic for me, and I didn't want.
mm-hmm.
I just didn't want that. I was okay with just letting it be, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and I'll get to whatever body I desire when it's
Yeah,
time. But
mm-hmm.
it's just the growth of like just seeing that like Jonah is a little bitty baby and me just it's just like so crazy seeing those memories and like the growth of here we are and he just turned 5
Yeah,
and all that. So it's really really cool to see yourself grow up, just like not even physically but like mentally and all
yeah.
that. So yeah, cheers to the growth because it
Cheers
ain't
to the
it
growth.
ain't easy, and it's still every day one at a time. Every day one at a time. Hi, Jonah.
Absolutely. Speaking of the growth, I am about to have a sip of the Power Girl. It's a black owned wine that I found at the Frisco Farmers Market, and they was going since 2020. COVID allowed them, and they've been able to grow, and I have sell cases. So, to start something, even if you just started today, y'all, on a new journey, give yourself time to grow. Like there's
Mhm.
so many different things, and now I'm sipping some wine that somebody really worked really hard for, and it's still going 3 years later. So, growth. Okay.
Period. I'm drinking a mule. I still had some watermelon juice from last week, so I made a watermelon
Ooh,
mule.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yum. I'm like anything watermelon right now is so everything for me. I like
Yeah.
it's hot. Watermelon is just screaming at you. That sounds
Mm-hmm.
delicious. I haven't had a meal in a while. I really haven't.
Same. That's what I was thinking. I was listening to something and they did a margarita mule, which I've never had that. And that's what sparked the mule. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
use what I got in the kitchen and make me a mule myself. So yeah, pretty good.
I
And I'm easy.
love it.
So
Tequila meal. Let's give it a Mexican watermelon meal. Okay,
mhm.
Mexican watermelon meal. Period. That sounds delicious. Yeah, this red blend, it's a 2022 red blend. It's delicious. It's really, really good. They had a really good sparkling white, but it was all out. It was good. I don't really like white wine, but it was good, y'all. It was really good. But
Usually the white wines be surprising us.
they do. They do. You know what? We haven't got back. I haven't got the Mary wine since we had tried it because I've eaten so many wines. But it was a
Juice
banger to
was
get
a
back
good
though.
one. It
It
was
was a good
perfect for
one.
summer. Yeah, that was a
Like
good one.
summer is almost over technically for parents.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically like next week school starts for us. Like it's super early this year, which is like disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so like I'm in that season of like parents should have like a week or a weekend where it's like it's the parent summer only, no kids.
Ooh.
Like no kids, like the week before school, like literally like the week before because we need something to get us ready again for all that,
Or I
like we
feel
need
like
something.
maybe would it be the week before school? I feel like the first week of school is
It's
the
too
time
tight.
to read off. It's too
It's
much.
too, ooh, it's too
I
much. It's too
feel
much.
like when the first week in Jonah
Mhm.
goes back to school, I'm gonna celebrate. It's gonna be lit for me. I'm going
Oh
out.
yeah.
I mean, not that we don't do it, but taking myself out to lunch on like a solo lunch. I miss it.
Oh.
I miss
Well,
it.
yeah. But see, that's more convenient for the people that don't like have to be at work
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like that. So like this is more so like a vacation-ish. Like you need to be out the city. So the week before. Now the
yeah.
week of, yes, you deserve all the wines, all the drinks, all the day drinking you can possibly do. You deserve it. But like we deserve to have like that one time like fully away from the kids. Like fully a week before. So I'm just putting it out there. Like we can sign off of everything. Like when we get a real good president, the president should implement that for us because every parent deserves.
Watch your turn.
Okay, period. I mean,
Who gonna
like,
watch your turn though? Where the turn gonna be at?
girl, the school. I don't know. Like, they should have like a camp. It should be like the school provides a camp, like the week before school camp, or parent off camp. I don't know. They need the what you call them things? The nonprofits. Somebody,
I mean,
grandmamas,
it's a good business.
cousins.
That's a good business idea.
Yeah,
Doesn't make
somebody
sense.
cousin need to pick up the
Have to
kids or
pay.
something.
They have to pay for childcare and the vacation.
No, the childcare should be free
Oh,
because the government should pay for that because at the end of the day, they recycling the money anyway. And if mental health is really gonna be a thing now, that would help a lot of parents not have to be on antidepressants
I
and,
mean, it sounds
and
good.
anxiety medicine.
We still
I mean,
gotta
I
pay back.
know.
We still gotta pay back student loans. So the chance of that happening,
Okay,
they don't
really,
care
like
about us
what?
having kids.
I just feel like this whole thing, I thought this debacle was over, and it's really annoying that they're like, oh no, like, come on, bruh. Like,
I
if we
didn't
could
think.
go give, you didn't think so?
No, I didn't think it ever would be that
Really?
easy in America. They would never do anything that would make our lives more financially stable because it's just not
I know,
the
I
it's
know.
not the how it's made up. You
No,
know
I know.
how many black people are college students who have debt have called like No, they're
I
not doing
know.
it. There's a like college was free until Black people started going. So
Sorry,
that's
I
true.
know, I
It's
know,
true. So
I
they're
know.
not going to do anything, even though there's like millions of white people, but there's lots of millions of Black people too. So they're not going to do anything that could like put Black people ahead of the game
I
in
know. I
any
know
way.
what you mean. And I
So
laugh because Whitney's face looks like so she looks very no more. She looks mad intelligent talking about it. It's very true, but it's just one of those things like it's just like ugh, they're just not gonna do it. I just love her face. And if you can't see her face because you're not on YouTube watching us right now, so once again, stop.
I mean,
You
at
can
the end
watch
of
it on YouTube. It's true though.
just
They're
don't
not gonna let us up.
continue not paying the child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you
Defer the
can,
payments for sure.
or defer, or do whatever you need to do. But I mean,
You know, it's just so crazy. We're not going to really touch on politics, but I'll just throw this little statement out there. It's just like, you know, as America, we can give a country that ain't even ours our ammo and our money, but we can't even let, you know, education be free like most countries have free education too, you know, and healthcare and stuff like that. So it's just fascinating. On that. Oh man, we have to talk about that another jam, but I found a little AI situation. Oh man. With the media, which I found was very intriguing. I don't know if you know about like how they like change their faces up a lot and they already use AI for like media stuff. Well, there
mm-hmm.
were some clips that came out with the dude over in girl, what the country be, child? I can't even think of the country. Of like some of the media posts being the AI person and not really the government
Mm-hmm.
himself asking us for money, that it was AI asking us for money and we did it. And that like came out after, but it was just interesting. So I'm like, damn, like AI is real. We already know AI is real. But I don't know if we really know how good it is. Um, so fun fact.
Yeah, everyone says it's not good. So, I mean,
Oh,
I
it's
think,
good to fool you, 1,000%. You gonna get the booby trap. Like it literally looks just like people that are like writing a video over about something. It's not good to the point where it's gonna take away our individuality, our personalities, our creativeness. Like it's gonna take away a lot of jobs, just like the robots and all that stuff, like we've talked about before. But it's really good at like fooling y'all. Like if you already fool, you about to be fool. So y'all better put them bifocals on. That's what they call it back in the day. Put them bifocals on and see.
stay safe.
Stay safe. Don't get got.
Yeah, it could be something small as your voicemail. You know, your
Yep.
voicemail has your name. I've never set up a voicemail in my life.
No.
Or answering those calls that you don't know
Mm-hmm.
the number and you're saying hello and stuff like that. They like capture your voice from stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So it's like all kinds of stuff, but sometimes you can't avoid it. Like, sometimes
No.
it's like,
Mm-mm.
it's you can be like, oh my god, you try, but sometimes it's just it is what it is. And that's what I chalked it up to, is like it is what's gonna be. Like,
It's gonna be
like
what it's gonna be.
no one's safe. It's gonna happen to somebody. It's gonna happen to everybody. It may happen, like, So all you can do is just try to live life. And if something happens where it's like kind of like this, I kind of look at it like when people like get your card information and they like run it
Yeah.
up, buy stuff. It's kind of like one of those things where like you try all you can do, but sometimes people just get your information, and all you can do is once it happens, try your hardest to get your stuff, back on track. And but I wonder what like if they can use your voice and use your face and use your likeness for like anything bad, what's gonna be like the recovery program, or like, what's gonna be like the next step after to like clear your name or whatever, like, what's that gonna look like, I wonder, because like we all
There
know,
is.
we all know it's
Yeah.
gonna happen and it's gonna be fake and people are gonna try to do this to us, but like what's going to happen after, like, you
Well,
know
there's actually like there's this guy I started following on YouTube He actually talks about like in there's a couple affidavits with the Homeland Security, which they have already reached out to the government of how this is going to affect people in clearing their name, criminal stuff like that. It's like already in paper. Like they wrote a whole manifest to and I guess proposal to figure out like how they can like identify who's really true and who's not. But obviously there's no response yet. But there is some different companies out there right now that will at least take your information off like the web. So like you can pay a monthly subscription where they can like find the triggers, which I've actually been able to. I forgot the name of the website. I'll try to find it for you guys. But it was where I could put my social security number in
Mm-hmm.
and you can find out every person that's like shared or like how they pinged your stuff, how they found your
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It's like this one little website. So you can really just see how your stuff is sold because we all know when you guys put your social security numbers in there, data breaches, like your stuff is sold 1,000 times and that's just
Mm-hmm.
a number. So, but your voice is it attaches with that. That's why they're going to be like really good with taking your stuff. But there is some stuff and resources out there. Obviously, find a really good person, spend the money. I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's cheap, it ain't gonna it may not be worth it. But like there's some companies out there that was like literally just pinging for your names, your phone numbers attached to your name, and they'll at least try to get you off some lists. And that's something I've been looking into to find the best company because security is like you guys secure your computer, secure your phone, ask them not to track, take your GPS off when you're traveling. Like I learned to like keep your don't use public Wi-Fi like that. Sometimes do it, but don't always do it. Or like you can on your iPhone, you could switch to private
Mm-hmm.
so it hides everything on your web browser, and that's the only time I use private when I'm like outside of my home. So
Mm-hmm.
little stuff like that. You're gonna just have to be on. It's inevitable, y'all. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's just about being resourceful. And like it's really gonna get the people that's out here trying to get got. I truly feel like when right now, like when the block is hot, like if you're out here just doing the most, like you signing up for everything they get you, like you are a victim and you're gonna get got. You don't get swindled. We had our Tinder swindler session. Like, don't be swindled by the scammers because they swindle just like the men and women do. It's all a thing.
Mm-hmm. That's all the thing. And I feel like even after that thing came out, people were still getting swindled.
They get to swindle. I've been trying to swindle. I haven't really got to swindle anybody because I feel like it's probably just never gonna happen for me. But it's a thing. I'm trying to swindle respectfully, like, because technically, y'all, when you swindle somebody, you telling them they just choosing to steal give. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, because technically, he had told the ladies, some stuff that was kind of true, and they still chose to do. It's not like you're forcing anyone. I feel like
Right,
scammers give you like a false impression. That's why I like the difference.
right,
Scammer,
right,
they're really giving you a false narrative. Swindlers are just kind of maybe modifying the truth or just showing you something and maybe not
right,
elaborating,
right,
you
right,
know?
right, right.
So I don't know. I don't mean I say swindle respectfully, y'all. I'm not that savage, but I think the word has just really been stuck on me since I watched the Tinder Swindler, and it still got me a chokehold.
I tried to watch that movie, Who Cloned Tyrone, but I couldn't get into it.
Oh, for real? I seen it, but
I
I haven't
couldn't get
touched it.
into it, and I was really sad. But I don't know, it lost me. So I'll have to get back. I'll have to try it again because Jamie Foxx is Jamie Foxx. There's like great people in the movie, but because I was like, who's Tyrone? Because everybody in the movie so far ain't named as Tyrone. So I don't know. I know I missed some parts, y'all. I need to go back because nobody named was Tyrone from the parts that I can remember.
Okay, I might tap it because I seen it. It was kind of like nudging me to try, and I think it's probably why I got the top Netflix thing too because y'all know all the stuff that went down with Jamie. He just fell off the face of the earth, all the accents, whatever. So I feel like everybody wanted to see him. Wasn't this the role they were talking about that he might have had to be replaced for, or is it something
I
else?
think I'm not sure.
I think so.
I think maybe. Yeah.
So I did see it though. What did I watch recently? I actually watch TV, you guys. Like I really don't be watching TV. And I watched something the other day. This is sad when you can't remember what it was. It was off Netflix. But I did watch that Megan movie off of Prime Video. As we talk about AI, AI isn't the Megan. They made a pretty much she's a robot, but she's a full woman. Like so she just
Mm-hmm.
looks like us, but she's a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And they programmed her, they created her from top to bottom. So it's actually really it's more on a horror type of style. However, it was pretty relatable of what we could possibly be going through here soon. So I do recommend kind of watching it. Um, and so pretty much like the creation of it, but this lady, like it really, it they kind of, I guess, made it to seem like it was helping parents because it was for the child. It was a doll for
Uh,
the child, and the child was like, it reminded the child of things, right? You know, you got to tell your kids, put your laundry up, cook this, do that. Like Megan did it all. Okay, she did it all. She explained it. She can like, you know, when your kids have 1,015 questions about one thing, she could spit it off because she's a computer. Like it was a lot of that. However, when it came to the emotions, Megan was murking. Okay, and then just like just like iRobot, you know, back in the day, we realized how these robots they turn off but they don't really turn off. It's kind of like Alexa, right? She's always listening,
mm-hmm.
and that's where
Mm-hmm.
AI is getting a lot of the information from Alexa. So if you guys got Alexa, that's why y'all everybody Alexa is so intelligent because y'all let her in the house, whatever. But Megan is a good one, so I did watch that. And it was given juicy, but I like stuff like that. And I started the Meg, which is a shark movie. I just haven't finished it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Meg. They got a Meg too. It's a shark movie.
Many of these things.
Okay, so Whitney always puts me on now, but I like Whitney likes a good like real life thriller and some love stories. I'm more like a horror true crime ish kind of girl too. So the Meg is obviously a movie, but it is about a big ass shark eating people up. It is giving good because you know it's got that thriller. I love a good thriller, and then Megan is definitely it might make you jump a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So I'm gonna check Tyrone out. I'm gonna give him 30 minutes, and if I can't get it, then I'll let go.
Yeah, I
Keep
don't know.
going.
I honestly never watch TV. If the TV's
Yeah.
on, it's something for Jonah. So I'm more of like watching stuff on YouTube on my phone. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean the chances of me watching the Tyrone thing again, if I have time outside, are really slim to none because I don't even know how I even got to think to even watch that in the first place. And I don't know what was happening. Maybe I don't know where Jonah was at, um, but yeah, on the Tyrone, maybe I'll be somewhere and someone will be watching it and we can watch it together because it wasn't giving. Because I want to know who Tyrone is. Who's
I
Tyrone?
don't know.
There's no one.
Now you got me. Now Whitney got me want to do it.
I don't think, but I don't remember a character's name being Tyrone.
Maybe it was a persona though. You know how they be doing the movies where it's like a plot twist and it just throw you all the way up. So you probably had to get to the end to see who
Yeah,
Tyrone really was.
yeah. I think I woke up at the end.
Hmm.
There's a whole bunch of the one of the dudes, but his name wasn't Tyrone either.
I
So I
don't know,
don't
sis.
know.
I'm gonna check it
There
out.
was someone who was cloned, but I don't think his name was Tyrone. But I don't know.
Well, somebody called Tyrone and see what he ate, child. You better call Tyrone. Good old shout out to Erica Badu. I know she's from Dallas and she's been doing her tour. I couldn't make it when she was here,
Mhm.
but I love me some Erica.
They just showed her. I think Lil Baby had a show in Dallas, and she went. Tiana Taylor's doing is like his doing his like creative direction for his
Love
tour,
her.
and Erica Badu was there, so that's pretty dope.
I love her. You better go. Shout out to TT. Love her. I just love everything she's about. I love her. She's
Hmm.
super chill, very humble artist and mom and abs out of this world.
It's
Man.
definitely concert season. I got asked to go to another concert in October. I'm like, dang.
Okay, well, you know what? you know what? The manifestations are happening. So let's go take a cheers to that. Because when Whitney was inside, because if you've been listening to this show for a while, Whitney been inside. Like when we first started this show, I think Whitney was inside for like what the first 6 months to a year. Like you wasn't like you was like not really trying to get out there. And then we finally had got you out there, and now she out, y'all. She out. You ain't bringing her back in. Cheers to Whit.
I really don't feel like I'm out that much. I be at home.
Not like that. Not like out in the streets, but you definitely accepting invites and making plans. That is definitely happening. And that right there is outside, and that's good. I like that. I'm okay with that. I manifested this for you. Now, the only thing I do need for those dudes for y'all to slide up in them DMs. We're looking for people that have their stuff together. Come correct. If you're in the Charleston or Charlotte or Tampa areas.
Atlanta. I can do Atlanta.
No, we're gonna. Those are my top three. Yeah, I know it's just my top three for Whitney. It's Tampa, Charleston, or Charlotte. Okay, those are the top three that I would like for her to meet you. You can live in Atlanta, but I need you to get out of your comfort zone. I need you to. We gonna meet somewhere else for a date. Slide in the DMs. Let me know what your proposal. Like, come at me with a proposal. Like, why are you the best fit? Where are you trying to go? What are your intentions? So we can get this matchmaking going.
I guess.
Yeah. She just deserves like a couple of like trips, good dates. I'm not saying she gonna marry y'all or anything like that, or y'all might not be her boo, but we definitely want to be the wine and dine because she's awesome. She's really an awesome woman, and if you don't have this type of energy in your life, you probably, if you feeling like your dating life is boring, you might need a Whitney in your life to just shake things up, because that's what Geminis do. They might shake your shit up real quick and drop you back down. I don't know. I can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't say that it'll go anywhere.
Can't confirm or deny.
Yeah. But if you want to have some fun, yay, 2 thumbs up.
Crying.
Speaking of that, I had like a little bit of a girls' time this weekend watching the fight on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And it was so much needed. You know, girl time is very, very needed. It got to the point where we were watching the fight, you know, rah. And of course, women in liquor, we taking shots before you know it. Everybody didn't have their moment of like talking about life, dating, career, family, kids, all the things. And I really can appreciate like women just getting together and just having good, vulnerable conversations, open conversations, especially the ones that you don't know as well, or that you're still trying to, you know, figure things out. I think like as people, as women, as friends, like it's really good to have healthy conversations. It was no like rude, toxic type of conversations. It was just kind of like allowing yourself to be vulnerable in your maybe uncertain moments. And I really enjoy that. I feel like I really needed to just hear different perspectives and hear that like I'm not the only one. In some sense, like, you know, you're not the only one, but everyone's so strong. Like women are so strong, and we will just keep everything to ourselves. So it's just really nice to be able to be around people that you're not around. They don't know your story. You don't. No one has to tell their story and give all their information up to that extent, but you could just have generic conversations about what you deserve, what you're worth, and how you're going to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I got. And it was much needed. I didn't get home till like past 3 in the morning because we just clacking, taking shots. It was the bomb. And I had a really good rum, which I got to ask my friend what rum it was. I was taking shots of rum. It was a good rum, though. That's really intense for me because I don't really like rum. Usually rum makes my stomach hurt. But it was good.
Yeah, I agree. Girls' time is always really good time. Anytime I've ever like, you know, have those times, it's always like you always are like reflective, or the next day you wake up and you're like smiling and you feel good. So yeah, I love that. And that'd be the best. Like girl time and being with women is the best. But when you with a man and you wake up like that, smiling and like that, that's a good feeling too.
Yes, you gotta. I think the balance of both is really good. One of my biggest arguments right now, or not really arguments, I guess just like conversation pieces, is like, how do you handle, the feminine and masculine energies in a relationship? So that's like a whole nother conversation we'll have to get into one day, because I'm noticing that trend a lot with like different things. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out because it helps you understand like what it is that you do really want. Like, you don't know what you don't want till you get something that you don't want, you don't like it, right? But how can you really identify like those things without having to go through a negative experience to know that? There's ways around that. So me being the Virgo that's analytical, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So I got to have multiple perspectives.
So if you're on a first date, say you're going out on a first date, right? And you go to dinner,
Mm-hmm.
would you mind? Would you feel? I mean, obviously, you want to be able to talk to the person, and really lock in. But we just had like someone do make a reservation, and in their notes they said first date. Can we be someplace secluded, and like suggesting places in the restaurant that they wanted to sit, which was annoying because where they wanted to sit wasn't open. Like our upstairs isn't open every single night, and we didn't have anywhere secluded for them to sit. Like it was obviously two of them, and they had to sit smack dab in between two other tables. And like sometimes, like we did try, but the restaurant fills up, and we can't
Mm-hmm.
just especially accommodate you because it's your first date, you know. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what are your feelings on that? Do you even think about that, or just it is what it is? You sit where you sit.
For me though, I feel like some guys, I find that guys like that, like they like secluded, quiet areas. Like I find that that's a trend in the men department. I don't give a crap because to be honest, like for breaking the ice, I might want somebody next to me, so you don't ask me nothing I don't really want to answer because you're gonna be a little bit mindful of what you say. And I feel like any
Mm-hmm.
woman can relate. Like we don't really
Mm-hmm.
want you. Like the first date's supposed to be fun because like if you know people are listening, you ain't about to go in asking me some stuff I don't really want to know, and it'll help me. Like sometimes women, I don't know where they are in life, but like if they are on their clock and they want X, Y, and Z, it'll help them pipe down because they don't want to sound like the crazy woman next to them too. I found like that sometimes in uncomfortable situations, you need to be uncomfortable a little bit on the first date because you're already nervous, and if you're not, that's why I actually love when people are a little bit out of their comfort zone on the first dates. But that's just me
Yeah.
because both people get to experience the sense of like how vulnerable we're gonna allow ourselves to be, like how good is our vibe that I don't care who's sitting next to me, like type of vibe. But I think that like as a man, like I do appreciate you writing the notes because that means you're thinking about it. However, it's like, okay, Friday, Saturday night are just not good date nights for a
Yeah.
first date in public places that are going to be up. Like if it's a hot spot, I would say, definitely Friday, Saturday, Sundays are not going to be good at a really good hot spot. I think like, yes, you want to impress her, but maybe you think of something that's a little bit more on the milder side because there's a lot of restaurants that don't get a lot of love on those days. Or you'd be like, yo, let's do Thursday. If you can't do that, find something a little bit different. Like you guys are by an area where they can have other things to do. Like, okay, cool. Well, what we're gonna do is like we're gonna have dinner and then we're gonna go take a walk and get to know each other more secluded.
And
So
that's what we
yeah,
were
just
saying. We're like, there's so many. It's at a park. You could have had a picnic. You could have done so many different things if you really wanted seclusion. You could have done a lot of different things. So it could have
yeah.
just been you and her. And once he came in, it was like, okay, we've recognized him from being there a lot. They had their first round of drinks. I don't know what if they continue drinking them, but were like dirty martinis. And I was like, that's an intense drink, I feel. So they're really, I could tell they were nervous.
I love that. I love the
But she was interesting
nervousness.
to me. And I thought it was always interesting. It was interesting to me. I wanted to know what she was going to wear because it's like everyone's style is different. I feel like what I
Hmm.
would wear on the first date would probably be more maybe more like I don't know, a little more sexy. And I feel like that's probably why I don't got no damn man. Because I
What
feel
does that mean?
that
Let's
you
go ahead
were
and
very
get
like
into it.
covered up and like very like mild. And I'm like, that's probably what men want. They probably want that. And they don't want someone who's gonna be like, a little more fitted, a little more leg show or crop or something like that. It was given like, you can't see my ankles. I mean, she didn't look bad, but I probably wouldn't wear that. I would probably wear something a little more spicy on my first date.
But I
For
feel
sure.
like, okay, so I don't know what the lady is. I haven't been on social media in a while, so I don't know what the lady is. But I've ran across this lady that, like, apparently she does TikToks with people about talking about, like, dating. And, like, people do, like, this whole outfit thing for her. I gotta figure out the name, but I ain't on social media right now, so I ain't gonna be able to go down. I'm not gonna go strolling. But I feel like first date, I mean, first impression is everything. But I also feel with my dating expertise that, like, you really need to read the room. Not everybody can come spicy. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta read it. And I think for me right now, to be honest, I'm not gonna be spicy on my first date. I'm not. Like, depending on who it is, I'm not. And I would maybe not before. I probably would have
Mm-hmm.
been coming a little spicy. But right now I'm not. I'm actually right now I'm in a season of, like, coming a little bit more casual so you can stay focused here. Because what I learned is, like, everyone has their own situations, but men are very driven or focused on one thing or certain things, and they already like the assets. That's already a plus, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, the more you enhance it, the less intrigued they're going to be on your mind. So it depends on what you want. I personally am looking for mental stimulation. That is just something I've just, like, kind of coming to the conclusion of this season. You have to stimulate my mind. Like, you can be fine all day, but it's like, meh, for me. It has to be the mental, but there's a certain type of mental that I'm actually seeking. Like, I know exactly, like, the types of conversation I want to hear, not just my homeboy from back when. Like, that's just not really what it is for me. So it's like, to have those conversations, if I got this mini dress on that I know about to blow you out the water, it's not gonna work because you're gonna be a little bit aroused.
What about a midi?
Who?
A midi length. It's not a mini, but
Yeah,
it's more than
yeah.
that.
You could do a midi. You
Midi.
could do a midi, but, like, but for me, it's like my midi would have to, like, it would have to work to the point where it wasn't too tight. Because for
Mm.
me, too tight, it's still they seeing all that. It's still a lot. It's
So
still a
what you
lot.
gonna wear? I would do
You
a
can wear the midi, but just, like, I would say, like, I'm not saying don't wear it. I'm not saying I wouldn't wear that, but I would probably not pick my body con mid. I'm probably gonna pick, like, my casual, like, whatever mid type of vibe. So I
mm,
have some dresses that are a little, like, they flow a little bit. They still show I got the curve, but they a little flow, like a
mm.
smidge of flow. They're not as tight. And I find that, like, that will help you, like, stay focused. Or if I do tight, then don't give them titty too. Like, don't
Mm,
give them a lot of skin here. Maybe cover this up and
mm.
then do one of them. I feel like every scenario is
No, one of
different.
my favorite midis is right here, air drying. It's from
Hmm.
Zara, and it's covered up to here, but I always get the best, most compliments on, and I've worn it on the first date before, but yeah,
I
it's really
mean,
because
yeah, I like that. I think
I don't even
it's
got
all about
nothing to
you.
show up here, y'all. So I'm just giving legs.
But the gag is too, how did you meet this person? Because if you met them in a scenario where you was given body yaddy, then you might want to go a little less body yaddy. But if you wasn't given no body yaddy when you met, maybe you was given a grocery store mom.
Hmm.
Maybe you want to give them something. I feel like it just depends. It just depends. And then, like, I really like to. I'm like a play off the theme kind of girl. Like, where did you say we're going? So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look up this restaurant. Is it giving fine dining? Is it giving cash? Like, I'm gonna base it off the restaurant too. That's
Yeah.
very important. 2 stars is giving regular restaurant. You gonna give no? Don't do me. Don't do me. Don't
We're
do
not going
me.
to a 2-star restaurant on our first date.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, let me do it. Okay. Let me not say 2 star. Two cash symbols. Like, I'm gonna go on my Yelp vibe. Okay, not like that. Not 2 star. Okay, let me digress.
All
So
right.
two cash symbols if you're on Yelp. That means it's like more like a
Order at a counter?
balanced, huh?
Is that mean order at a counter? And
No, I mean not always, but sometimes yes. But like,
uh,
so it's just coming in the range of like it's
the
not super
money.
expensive.
Right.
It's giving a good
So what's an
proportion per
example of
meal.
like a two? What's an example of like a $2 sign restaurant?
I mean, it's like if the meal is, I think it's like a $20 entree and less.
Okay, okay,
Like the
okay.
top at 20, but that could be anything. Like don't nothing wrong with a two money sign. Like I like the two monies because like over here we actually have like a lot of good restaurants that are two money signs, okay? But it just the price point just starts off like you can get like a sandwich and fries for less than 20, you know?
Okay.
Now three cash is given like, all right, cool. The price point, I guess you could just go over like your average per person was gonna be like at least $70 per
Right.
person type vibe. Two
Okay.
star could be maybe 30
Okay.
ish, right? If you're
Yeah.
getting a food and drink. And then the 4 star is given 100 plus per meal, you
Right.
know?
Okay. Okay.
So I think I number one, y'all, if someone gives you like, yo, we're having dinner, da 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 da, please go to Yelp. Okay. Go to Yelp. I say first resource is Yelp. You're gonna look at the pictures, you're gonna look at the menu, you're gonna look at the inside, you're gonna look at the outside. We want to see the aesthetics. Is it in the shopping center? Is it a standalone? We need to know. Is it giving patio? Is it giving nice chairs if it's giving regular chairs? We need to know this. We need to know like how many reviews, what is it giving? If it's not a 4 star in Yelp, go ahead, lower your expectations just a tad. 4 stars is a must in Yelp. Like some people get a 3.5, and that's cool, but you need to go ahead back a little bit. Don't come extra. I'm getting lobster and shrimp type shit. So then, like that's how I do it. I start with the Yelp, and then if it's giving me enough information, I might be okay with that. But if I need more context, I'm going to the social media.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what the Instagram looking like. And then when I see what they post, I give it like a couple views, but then I go to see who's reposting them. I go to like the actual location of it to see who posted it. Is it a birthday party place? Is it a private dining kind of place? What is it giving? Because if it's somewhere that people always have their birthday parties, I've learned that this gives a different aesthetic to the restaurant.
Mm.
There's a place that I really like to go to. It's called True Food Kitchen here, and it's all they get everything like super fresh, local fresh fruits and vegetables. Like everything they use is super fresh. Seasonal menus is impeccable. The cuisine is really good. However, it's not a birthday place. It's not a birthday type of place, but it's a 2 star restaurant and it's really fresh and good. So that lets me know like, okay, it's not for everybody. It's for your earthy people that are interested in that kind of scenario type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to really base it off of like there's a couple layers.
What is the chicken place that you told me about? Was it called Rudy's?
Rudy, yeah,
So
Rudy's the Oak Cliff.
there's this girl. She's like a big like YouTube person. Her name is Diera, and
No.
she came up on my thing. She's been like popular for a really long time, but I never really was like tapped into her. But she just started coming up on my news feed, and I watched this vlog she did. She was in Dallas for like I don't know 24 hours or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and she went to this place. Dang, it's like a drink only place, and you can do all these like drink combinations. It may be called like sip or something like that.
It's
It
not
looked
ringing a
really
bell.
cool, but she was saying how someone was telling her about a place to, or she went to a place earlier and she's like, I gotta go back. She was vlogging her whole thing and she said that it was on her to do list that she had to go to Rudy's. And I thought that was so funny.
And it
And she went to this other place. It was like a chicken finger place and it was spicy. I gotta go back and I
probably
gotta,
Dave. Was it Dave's?
Dave's, I don't know. I gotta
But
go
no,
back.
I think Dave's Hot Chicken is like Drake's concept or something. But that's
No,
chicken strip. It's not Raisin Cane's because that's a chicken strip
no,
concept.
she said it was way better than all the chicken places. I'll have to go back and find and look at her thing
I
again.
don't
But
know what that is. I don't know what that
she
is.
was there late. She was on a late night creep too. It was her second time going there. And this girl would be, and this, I mean, all regular people, but she be all the labels, everything down, and she had to get her chicken
Mm-hmm.
fingers down. She said the chicken fingers was best. So,
Yeah, I gotta know. Maybe I know it. Maybe I don't. There's a lot of like when I tell you, if you come to Dallas, like you got a plethora. Like I've been here
Mhm.
for a minute, and every month we probably get like at least 10 new restaurants all over the metroplex. But it's huge. Like this metroplex is huge. Like for me to get to Dallas Fort Worth is what it's called, DFW. To me to even get to Fort Worth, it's like an hour plus. So if you think about from my house all the way to Fort Worth, there is shit everywhere. You're gonna pass. You're in 5 malls. You're in 4 different cities, maybe 5 different cities, and a lot of our cities have like literally in Plano, we probably have like 3 Marshalls, 3 Rosses that are in just one
Mhm.
city. And then I go right down the street, less than 10 minutes, there's another Ross, there's a Marshall. So it's like so many things. So I'm not hurt. I do know I was in Fort Worth not too long ago, and I was like, dang, I was mad at myself that I didn't like Google the food over there because I don't go over there a lot. And I'm like, they got bussin' food. The food bussin', and it's not over where I'm at. It's like sometimes these are single owner, single restaurant type of vibe. So it's not on my side. But I didn't do enough research before I had went there, and I didn't get anything I didn't know. But like anytime I go to a new place like Garland down the street, Richardson, like all the stuff, like they got their own vibe.
It's called Swig.
No, never heard of that in my life.
So it's like a it just feels
Spell
like
it. Spell it.
SWIG. It looks like they have some bites, but it looks like a good place where you got a little party favors. You want something good and flavorful and cold, and like the
Oh,
little
sweet drinks. Okay.
yeah, look cute. You know, something for a little cute
Prosper,
little.
Fairview, McKinney. Okay. So these are all like burbs where these are. So we
Um,
got we have Prosper, Fairview, McKinney. Those are all like suburbs of the Dallas area because none of these are Dallas, Texas. However, I live in a suburb of Dallas, more like mainstream, but
mhm.
I'm not that far from Fairview though. We can pull up. We can pull up on them. I'm still working on my itinerary. Okay, I got squeeze. Don't girl, let me get out this because I'll start strolling to the menu, child. Um, so yes, I will figure out some good spots. I already have a couple things. Like that's the thing, is like my friends are coming and I'm the best tour guide, but I have to be like on 1,000 because it's my birthday. Okay, number one. And then it's like there's so many cool spots. Like I just found this new hotel the other day, and I'm like, I never even knew this hotel existed. I literally just drove by, still like no advertisement for this hotel,
Hmm.
and it's looking, girl. The per night 673 was the cheapest,
Oh God.
673, and I said, what is in there?
But we gonna be
It's
at the
gotta
bar.
be it's gotta be somebody important in there because I'm mad confused. Why is that expensive? It did look very plush. I ain't gonna lie. But we have the Virgin Hotel here. That's where I
Uh-huh.
went. Was it last year? I don't remember, y'all. One of these years. I want to say it was last year. I went to the Virgin Hotel for my birthday, and it was amazing. The rooftop. So there's plenty of things on the vibe. So if you guys live in Dallas, I met you somewhere out. Number one, thank you. Shameless plug. I meet a lot of our listeners out, and I make them like sign up right then and there to something. So if you guys know something that we should do in September for my birthday, slide our DMs on hospitality_queens on Instagram, or email us if you have a branded partnership in the Dallas area and you would like for us to promote you and come eat at your establishment to give an honest review. You can do heyhqs@gmail.com, and we'll get you all in the itinerary because it's going to be very much lit. I'm trying to decide. I feel like one day, like a day or two, probably when y'all get here. I don't know because you mentioned food before we go out. It's like I have to have a day for like a rich auntie. I have to have a day for ratchet fun, and then I'm probably gonna have like just the girls' night. It's gonna be themed days. So it's
Mm.
like if like the concert I was giving more because you rich and Nobu. It's like I don't know if Nobu deserves before concert just because like it is close though. It is close, very close to the
Maybe like a
area.
drink. I mean, maybe we could just go for a drink for the vibes of a
It's
house.
given, yeah, it's given bougetto. So
Yeah.
it's like I just feel like I was really gonna be real.
Ratchet?
not bougie. Yeah, oh, thousand, like on mob ties type shit, like period, like looks on my eyes type vibe. But maybe I'm still working on the before, but it's still gonna be good. So if we
Okay.
don't do it that day, then we can definitely get it into it from the next day.
I feel like a good drink, a small bite would be fun for the
Because
aesthetic.
it's not giving small bites.
No, I feel like these do have good small
It's
bites.
not giving small. But we have a lot of cute spots here. Like
No,
we
they
have
are.
like so there's a place. So we're going to American Airlines Center. Little backstory for something really dope. Y'all better figure it out if you really want to be tapped in, or you can hit us up in the DM and we can get you in a lineup. But there's a place that's also really, really, really close. There's like 3 places that has an amazing view. Still in the price point, a little less, but
Mhm.
amazing views, kind of more centralized is area. So that one might be like a Saturday vibe. I still haven't decided if I want to do a birthday brunch or a dinner because my friends are going to be here. And I need your itinerary so I know when you're coming and when you're going because we're trying to plan some stuff. So it's gonna be lit. Let's just say Whitney, as always, gonna eat. She's gonna come back with the best recap ever in life. We're gonna have a couple shows here, hopefully, or just lots of content for you guys. But she's gonna eat to her belly pops, and it's gonna be
So I'm gonna
amazing.
have to do a damn detox and not eat prior to.
I do recommend. I do recommend because I'm definitely like I'm gonna start off September probably hella raw. I might do raw like all the way until you guys get here. Well, I have to travel, so I don't know. We'll see how that
I
works
just
before you guys get here. But
probably
I
2 p.m.
probably no,
Probably
the week
some
of my birthday,
movie.
no cap, no cap. I'm fucking some shit up because I got some shit coming up and it's giving like the week of my birthday is giving the most lit birthday I've ever had in my life. And so I think I'm gonna detox all the way from like the last week of August all the way until whenever I travel because when I travel
Mhm.
it's just all bets off. So then I get a good week off and I'll just try to do good like a couple weeks before. But I do recommend give yourself at least 5 days
Okay.
to detox. I know that's
I can
intense,
do
but
that.
at least 5 days because
But I saw this, watch
it's
this
going
thing
up.
on TikTok. It was like a 2 week pre-trip like regimen.
No. Oh
And it was
yeah.
really
Okay.
good.
I
I
know.
really liked it to like, when you're, obviously when you have a trip, for the most part, when it's coming up. And it was really good
Mm-hmm.
stuff to like prep your skin, just prep your whole
Yeah.
everything before your trip. So I think I'm gonna do that for my next
Well,
trip.
share it with me because I could definitely use
Yeah.
that because when I tell you I'm coming in like a hot chili pepper that you ain't never seen before, it's like that's what's gonna happen, and I'm super excited about it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to come off like fresh off the vine tree that the new chili pepper just roasted off of, and you pick me straight off. And you didn't know what to do with this pepper because there was so much shit to do with it. Like that's kind of how
Hmm.
I'm trying to come.
It'll be here before you know it. Like tomorrow, today is August, and I feel like there's like my next August trip. I planned months ago, and I'm like, damn, it feels like it's gonna be take forever to get here. Now it's here, and then Dallas. It's
As
gonna
I
be crazy.
scream,
I'm
I'm
like,
so excited.
kind
I
of
don't
have
think
an
it's really starting to hit me till now.
yeah, I kind of have an idea what I'm gonna wear um, to the concert. Um, but yeah, just trying to get everything in order. I feel like the more ideas I have now will be better than what
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
might even
wear.
order my birthday outfit while I'm doing this week because you just
Yeah.
got me really excited. We're gonna do another cheers, one last part of my shot that I got. Cheers to you guys making every day amazing. I don't care what you're going through. Have gratitude for the things that you're not going through that you already have, and really prioritize those fun times. Like for my birthday, I had no idea, and then like this situation happened just magically. Like how ironic did what we wanted to do happen on my birthday, and I didn't have to think about it. I'm like, bet, like it's a done deal. So now I just get to like, I'm excited to spend time with my friends that I get to share what I have experienced over the last few years, because you guys haven't been here in a while. Corrales hasn't been here. Whitney hasn't been here in a while. So this is like a fun, like reunited back to the D where I've spent a lot of time. And honey, you ain't never old. You just getting better.
The last time I was there, Jonah was with me. He was a baby.
Yes, yes,
Baby.
Jonah was
I don't
with
think he was
you.
walking
So
yet. I don't know.
no, he was still little. I have videos, by the way.
So now I get to come without child.
Without child, girl.
Bring him out, bring him out.
Cheers. What's so funny is like one of my friend I was hanging out this weekend, we are literally like middle school friends, and I was just like, when I look at her, I'm just like, oh my god, we're like somebody's mama. Now we both have teenagers, y'all. So, but it's like when I see us and how I see us, I'm like, dang, we look really good to be having a teenager on our side. And so I was just like, girl, we somebody mama. And she just thinks it's the best thing ever. But I'm like, when you look good, you feel good. Number one, like I'm in better shape than I was all 20s, honey. Like 30s ain't said nothing, but honey, get on your stuff, okay? Because I'm not playing with y'all.
I think it's funny though, and not no tea, no shade, but to look back and the girls who was like the it girls in high school and the dudes who was like the cutest, they looking scruffed up now. They look hit. They look like
Yeah.
they been through it. Life was lifing. It really is crazy how the tables turn, for real.
It is funny how the tables turn.
I've
But you
never.
know what I love about it is
I
because
think
it's
like
all the people that was hating.
yeah, I think my class did some type of like little like mini reunion thing, and I didn't go because I
Oh.
just thought it was lame. But because that's just me, and I still think it's lame. But I feel like if they did one now, which they wouldn't, I would go just to make them mad.
Yeah, I didn't go to my high school reunion either because number one, they said we had to pay. And I just thought that was disgusting. I'm like, bro, I'm not paying to go to that shit. I'm not paying to go to that shit. There's no one I really want to see. My my high
Yeah,
school
but there's
situation
social
was very
media,
interesting. Yeah,
and
there's nobody.
there's like obviously there's people who you don't see on social media and you kind of like forget about, but it's still I feel like it'd be fun if they did like your year. Well, I guess that would be a lot. The year, the people who are older than you, and then the class under you, like those three classes. That would be
Yeah,
fair because you know you
that
kind
would
of
be good.
you have people friends who are younger, older,
Yeah.
whatever. No, that would be lit.
Now, no, you're onto something because I would go
Yeah.
then, but it's just to see the people I was in school. No, I don't
Mhm.
care. I don't like. I genuinely don't want to know what you're doing. I genuinely don't care where you are in life. I don't care. I don't want to know. Um, but there's a lot of friend requests sitting in my inbox right now, like you being nosy. Like I don't talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you looking at me. It's just I don't like it. Like I'm not interested in anyone. Actually, like that part of my life is given a no. But that's a whole nother discussion
It's
of
the
like
friend quiz, child.
it's the friend request, it's the people from my past. Like I tapped on it today, but it was just like the trauma bonds, like through high school, through middle school, I was a different girl. I was still dope, honey, but nobody wanted to give me credit where credit was due. And then but now that I see myself, I appreciate myself, I love myself, I see how even better I am. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do it to you, friend, because I'm really sparing you. I'm sparing you, and everybody should be like, you know what, it's all good if I don't see what happened over there, because she's still looking good, she's still taking care of herself, she still love herself, honey got the skin glowing, she got a kid tall as her, but where? But where? I don't want to do y'all like that because y'all about to look at me and try to eat me apart, honey. You can't eat me. I'm eating you. You feel me? So I'm not with it. It's funny though. I get that, that's that same high school stuff that goes down. I'm getting that in the career realm right now. Like I'm getting a lot of people hitting my LinkedIn account right now
Mm.
hard that I used to have different entities with, and I just find it very intriguing and funny because it's like,
That's why I couldn't get down with LinkedIn, because you can't be nosy. I don't like that.
yeah, nah, I
I
don't
don't like
post
it.
on LinkedIn. I barely just posted like my new project that I'm doing on LinkedIn. But I'm like,
I
that's
don't like
only
it.
be
'Cause I'm trying to be nosy, and I don't want you to see that I'm looking. So that's why I don't like it.
yeah, they gonna let you know. They gonna let you know. I do want
Mm-mm.
to post something so people can realize like I refrain from toxic work environments for a better work environment. I'm growing, and I know that like non-toxic environment, like I'm lit. I'm lit. I got into a non-toxic job that exists. That exists, and I'm ecstatic about it. I could scream. I could literally get on the top of the biggest building and scream. You can have a work-life balance. You can do it. You can do it. Because if anyone didn't have it, it was me. And if you guys listened to the show when we started this show, I was very much in a toxic work environment. I definitely suggest you go back in 2021 and see my toxic work environment. It was real. I was in a
It was.
toxic work environment. That was real for me. Like I'm still healing with no cap. Like sometimes like I'm still healing from that. I think that's why like I don't think like people understand. It's like I
It's
could
like
sit here and think of I had PTSD from not having two phones, y'all. Like I
oh
had two
God, that was
phones.
fucking terrible. Goodness
I
gracious.
had two phones for
I got
like
two phones.
like 8 years of my career, literally, like one job to the next. I had two phones and they always was ring and da da da. So when I quit, like the two phone era, I would literally just like hear phone ringing in the middle of my sleep. Like I would wake up checking my phone. And when I realized I had nothing to check, that was life changing. And so even in the entity that I'm in now, like I don't have a work phone. I have like a work number, but it's not like a number that people call, so it's like in an
Mhm.
app, so it's different, you know.
Mhm.
Like I love the fact that no one's calling me. It's sick. It's like I didn't know this exists in my world. If you're in my world, you get it. Like I do some, freelance projects that's very phone driven, but it's phone driven on my terms and on my expectation. Like I build the team and the work frame for that expectation, so I know what I'm looking for. Like I literally sleep with my phone on silent. I have never been able to do that
Girl.
ever in life. Like ever. I sleep with it on silent. It's the best thing ever.
Like
I've never
no,
been able to do that.
that's crazy because I do too. The only thing I can say about now being a manager, getting the text messages before you even get to work about stuff
Yeah.
that is like, this is really not important. Or
Yeah.
like, things like that. I think I was on the phone with Aaron the other day and like someone's girlfriend had called out for them. It was just like, really? Just like stuff like that. But I think I'm really good at setting boundaries because some stuff I will let sit there and I don't text back and I don't respond or work on it until
Hmm.
I work
Yeah.
because I'm not
Yeah.
working, I'm not here. I don't know what's going on. My brain isn't there. Like, so I can't
Healthy
reply.
boundaries.
Yeah, I can't reply or respond, or sometimes it just may get a thumbs up because I'm acknowledging that you sent it, but there's really nothing I can do if I'm not at work. So,
Healthy boundaries. That's that. If when you started that way though, it's really good. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I'm learning now. I'm learning
mhm.
now. Like, I think like I'm starting to appreciate that like I'm a little high strung in some situations, which I'm aware of it, but I know what triggered it. I had to be high strung because every role that I was getting, they knew that I was such like a go-getter hustler that they used that to my advantage. And I couldn't see that in a career realm.
Mhm.
Right, but it also like bleeds into your personal, right? Like if you're such a person, like I'm an on demand person, I'm a on life person. I'm not a person that needs to be like talked to about scenarios before it happens. Like I'm just ready to go at any moment. That could be very much a negative in a lot of scenarios, but you don't
Mhm.
see it and two, you see how you're taken advantage of, and you be over it. We had a show that Enough is Enough, and when I tell you, I refer to that moment in that show all the time. Like, it is like, if you guys have the time, check out When Enough is Enough. It is what I live by. When is enough enough? It is literally my mantra for life. I always reference that. I'm like, enough is enough. Check, like, I got a show. Like, da da da. Like, we when is enough enough? That's a
That's
thing.
true.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
thing. It was a really
Anything,
good show.
any part of life, like anything. Yeah. When
Yeah, we might need to see how we might need to link it below on this video for you guys, because when I tell you it, there's certain things in life I'm really big on, like, full circle moments, and there's certain things that continue to happen in my life, and I'm like, dang, this is a full circle. It's a full circle. You can either be mad about it, pissed off about it, or accept it and find out how it relates to your situation. And I have a lot of full circle moments. Enough is enough every day, though, because I'm dealing with people that they're enough is not enough for them. I have
yeah.
people in my energy space that they're just like, they're still coping, and I'm like, I'm not coping, because I have figured out enough is enough for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I figured out I ain't doing it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. But they still, a lot of people in my energy space that I can't get rid of necessarily. So enough ain't enough. Like, I want to get rid of, and I've done very well with, like saying what my expectations are. Fun moment, like, moment of growth. When we talk about growth, like, I let people know I'm really not here for this conversation. Like, that's my biggest thing. I'm not here for this conversation. When you're really ready, I'm ready. But right now, you're not. I see it. We can't talk about it if it's not gonna give all that we need to really establish like change and growth. Then I
Mm-hmm.
can't be available. And you guys need to do the same thing in work environments. Like, one of the people just stalks my LinkedIn right now is somebody that was a toxic ass person in my last entity. And they've been trying to come for me and check on me and do and be up with my business since I left that entity. And it's given a no, sis. It's given a no. I met you in my trauma state because you also had a role into feeding me some BS that I didn't need. But I'm never talking to this individual again. Like, the only way I will ever talk to this individual again is if life and work put me in the same arena, and I've already figured out how that conversation is gonna go. I've already figured it out. I can't do it. Like, but I can be a good, nice person. I don't have to be mean. I can be professional. I can be nice. And I can just say, oh my gosh, yes, have a great day. I unfortunately right now my phone is full with contacts. I'm just not gonna be able to get to it. Oh my god.
And that's okay too.
And
That's an important boundary. You don't have to answer every text, and you don't have to call everybody back if it's not in your spirit to
mm-mm.
do so. And it's okay. Like,
It's okay. I have to get better with the fact that don't even give you the number. So for me, I'm like, you know what, if I meet people that I've seen in my past or dealt with in my past, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, so good to see you. Shoot me an email, find me. But actually, I'm not gonna say any of those things. You know what? Right now, honestly, I have so much on my plate. I'm not gonna be able to. I really just don't have time right now. But as soon as I do, I know where to find you. Like, that's the rebuttal, because you need to get out of giving your phone number. You need to get out of telling people you're gonna go. You just don't be available. I need to let people know. Oh my gosh, I'm just really busy right now. I'm probably not gonna ever talk to you again. I tell people that, like, to be honest, I'm not. Um, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. That's
yeah,
really big for me, y'all. That's like
that's,
monumental for me, because I
I saw
always make a way.
there's a TikTok that I saw because I know you're going to be
Hmm.
traveling for work, and it said, I feel you're good at this. My memory won't allow me to do it, but like before you go, like when you go on a trip, like make up your own persona. Like your name is
Oh,
da 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 da, and like some of the stuff was, I just sold my tech company for,
bitch. Oh.
or anything, or like I'm on a trip to see da da da, or I'm here for this. Like make up a whole thing. I think it'd be
I'm
really.
not good at that. I'm not good at that at all. I'm
I'm doing
horrible at
that when I come to
lying.
Dallas. My name is still gonna be Whitney because I can't think of a different name and I wear stuff with W's, but when I have
I'm not good at that. That's actually not. I don't know if that's gonna work. I gotta think about that. I'm gonna think about it tonight. I don't because
think about
I
it on your flight.
literally
On your flight.
I have a flight this week. But that's hard for me. That's hard for me because for whatever reason, people look my motherfucking ass up on the spot. I don't know what it is. They look me up, y'all. They're ready for me. I cannot tell you like how many like connections I make, and they're like, yo, what did you have said again? Like literally, this lady is like on my thing right now, like. I'm so interested to know about your business. It's like, well, bitch, I never like said that I wanted to talk about my business. I never said that I wanted to go into this with you. So it's a lot. So I just gotta like I gotta dissect that a little bit because that's a lot for me. I'm not a good persona. I'm just very
Something that
dry.
maybe they can't. I mean,
They gonna come for me. They
not
coming for
everyone
me,
who
but to
sold some things blasting it on their social media, or someone
that's
who,
true. That's
not saying
true.
that you had to go that extreme to like sell your tech company for $5 billion. Not saying it's that.
I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna
It
come up
could
with
be
something.
something light. It could be something like light and fun. That someone be like, really, like
I'm gonna come up with something. I'm gonna come up with something.
something fun and light.
How at me next week to see how it came of it because that
I'm gonna
sounds
try it out
very interesting.
on my next trip, and I'll have it perfected by the time I get to Dallas.
That's like a good Gemini trait, though. I think that's what I'm learning. It's like I'm like that's just not. But we're both Mercury. Like I can execute, but it's just not quick. Geminis are like it's like it ain't
Full
nothing to it but
circle.
to do it.
So remember when we went to Atlanta and that venue we were at? I'm gonna be there to that same venue, and it's so funny because when we got our tickets, we got like these like how you
Long seat.
go like people have like there's arenas and you have like the boxes like the stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's what we got, and it's so funny because it's like where is it at?
Girl, I don't remember,
I
and
don't because we was in the lawn. We were lawn.
we was feeling real. We was feeling real.
Do you remember? Because I was getting those memories. Do you remember the two girls that were in front of us, and I thought they were undercover cops?
No.
Leave it to me. I'm
No.
always thinking of. I'm always like paying attention
Oh
to
my
like
gosh. Yeah.
everything. I'm always in the cahoots. I can like remember other times and like
Oh my gosh. You're
so many
funny.
situations, and we're supposed to be having fun, and I'm just like, but do you see that? You see the way he
You're
was talking to her?
funny.
You see that? Like I be paying attention to everything that's not having to do with nothing. But you couldn't tell me they weren't undercover cops, child.
You're funny. Yeah, I don't recall that. Honestly, I don't remember that, but
I'll
it
give you the.
doesn't surprise me because that's just who you are. But like,
They
I
just
just
seem so out of
remember,
place. I just didn't think that they were really there for the show. So I can't wait
yeah,
to snap you during this second experience to see what it's like because
I can't wait either. I can't wait to hear the backstory. I feel like the next time, we need to just have like a juice. Like we need to have. This is when we might like. This might be the time to start our Patreon because we need to have a moment of juicy stories from
like
Good Adventures,
the
and you
hospitality.
guys are gonna have to just really get into the tea, and you're gonna have to subscribe. It will definitely be worth every
And
penny.
I feel like going
Um,
back, because there's so many different shenanigans that we've been through over since starting this thing on show with dating and work and all kinds of stuff that we just never talked about.
no.
It would be funny. It could be like hospitality queens after dark or something like that. But just like we should share some of those stories. That would be fun.
You should. And then in that, if you guys are interested or want to know a little bit more about our personal lives and what we do outside of being amazing moms, entrepreneurs, businesswomen, your employee or employer, you never know. Depends on the day and the time of the day. If you guys want to know, slide in the DMs, or you know what? Last week we gave the wine emoji, right? And then this week we need to drop a Leo emoji in the comments for today because it's giving big Leo energy. I love a Leo. My bestie's birthday is coming up. Shout outs to Blondie's Hair Salon. I love her forever in life. And if you're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, nearby, you need to pull up, you need hair and makeup, book her on time, but pay her, respect her, do right like a hospitality queen would. Period. Don't come with that bullshit because that's not what I sent you for. But that's my bestie, and I always want to support. So yes. Follow, subscribe, and do right by people. Cause y'all, when y'all don't want to do wrong and y'all want everything to be right, what is the song? If loving you is wrong, I don't be right. Nah,
Mhm. Cue the music.
everything need to be right. Everything need to be right. The love, the attention to love, the attention to service, the service. Everything needs to just be aligned. We're in a season of alignment. As you go into August, your affirmation, Whitney already affirmed this is about to be the best month of your life. That's really gonna kickstart the greatness of the end. If you had a rough year so far, honey, we hitting the gas and we saying, you know what, we going up from here. So we're gonna affirm today that as we affirm an amazing month leading off to finish off an amazing year, we're gonna affirm that we only inject and have surrounding us great positive energy and people. Everything that's not supposed to be there, all the energies that are not supposed to be around us will be released without us having to touch it. We don't gotta touch, we don't gotta say nothing to the energies that don't belong there. That's people, things, and situations. They're just gonna ease on out your life because you deserve a peaceful life as you're barking onto your journey. However, our shadow work is wake up, have a good routine, have a positive attitude. That's the vibe.
Period. And
And
wake
on
up
that
with
note, wake up with gratitude. I'm hella grateful every day.
mm-hmm,
Couldn't do it without gratitude. There's some
mm-hmm.
stuff right now I'm like, dang, did I deserve that? Hell yeah. Ammo.
Always,
Period.
always.
As I finish up my wine. Shout out to the Power Girl Wine. I have to slide in their DM and let them know how good this wine was. I just bought this because I was at the farmer's market. I'm not looking for anything for free, shout outs, etc. But I do like to support people because I want them the same to be done to me. And so I just pull up on Shawty Wine. It was good though. I'm gonna have to follow up with it. So
Period.
the Power Girl. Period.
Period. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, hospitality_queens. You can follow me on Instagram at Whitney White one underscore. You can shop my store, shop 2230 on Instagram and Facebook.
Hey, it's Erin. Get Toned with E on Instagram as well as Get Toned Wellness. We are still working on our relaunch, honey, and it's coming for a good September run. It was going to be for the summer, but it's only right we give it to you in Virgo season. So hang tight. You can still buy some stuff online, so that's an option. However, the revamp will happen for September Virgo season. And until next time, keep your vibrations high. We're going into a full moon August 1st when the show drops. Drop in that new energy, drop in your new vibes, have confidence, and love yourself.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.